Hello, hello, hello. Hey, Holly S. How are you? What are you guys doing today? Hopefully today's been a good day. As I always say when I get started, the kiddos are home for the summer, of course. No school right now. And so you may hear children in the background. You may hear dogs. I may have to mute. Hello, Grace. Hello, Kathleen Cheney. Hello, hello. Come on in. Come on in. Hope today is good. It's a beautiful day here. Dogs are fired up though, playing with their toys. Kids are playing, so cleaning house. Hey, Leslie, keeping it real. Cleaning house is what I'm not doing. That sounds like me, Leslie. I've got so much cleaning to do every day, but I try to put it off as long as I can, I guess. Today, guys, I want to talk about all the missing children. There's a ton of missing children across the world, but I've noticed, and if you do research, and everything on this channel is my opinion, speculation, always in my opinion on here, because we are not law enforcement, we are not judges, we are not accusing no one. We are going to talk about Sebastian. We're going to talk about Summer Wells. I found a channel. I don't even know who they are because, I'm new to YouTube pretty much because I stay in my own little world, I guess. But I found a channel that was really interesting, and we're going to listen to some of that. We may not make it through the whole play of it, but it was telling some pretty good news, which not good news, but pretty news, a lot of information, I would say. Good grief, I can't even talk. A lot of you may already know about the Summers case, but I was not on YouTube during the Summers case. I started when on Sebastian's. So that being said, we are going to play something from WBIR Channel 10, and it is actually on missing children, and it was actually back in 2022. Okay, so Sebastian hadn't been missing until 2024, February 2024. But Summer's face is on the screen of that. So let me pull this up, or try to pull this up. Me and StreamYard are not really good friends. So first off, let's look at this. Active missing children. Okay, that's what I want to look at real quick. Let's scroll down through here. I want y'all to see. Let me make sure you're on screen, because sometimes you push share. No, it wasn't on stage. Okay, we're going to take our banner down of Sebastian for just a second. Okay, I'm going to go back. I'm getting better with this. Active missing children in Tennessee. Bridgiana Boulder is resolved. Was missing July 8, 2024. Taya Yona Chavez, missing May 4th. Hang on just a second, guys, till my dogs quit barking because a car is out here. Sorry. Hang on just a second. Okay, let's go back to talking, hopefully. Missing May 4th, 2024. There's Sebastian Sweet Face. Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers, February 26, 2024, Sumner County, age 15 when he went missing, height 5'5", 120. Holland Sharp, October 15th, 2023. Layla Santinello, June 26, 2023, from Kingsport. Amber Alert Kennedy Hoyle, February 2nd, 2022, from Memphis. Summer Wells, June 15th, 2021, from Rogersville. Ava Alexandria Lopez, September 22nd, 2015, from Winchester, Tennessee. Chloe Levet, September 28, 2012, from Unionville, Tennessee. Gage Daniel, September 28, 2012, Unionville, Tennessee. Zaylee Grace Fryer, May 10th, 2011. Guys, these kids are not just another face. This is missing children. And this is missing children from Tennessee. So sad. Okay, we're going to go play WBIR. And then we're going to play something on summer. I want you guys to watch the BIR video. Let me pause that. This is called The Vanished. And it was in 2022 that they actually put this out. All from Tennessee. Yes, Leslie. All from Tennessee. It's crazy to me. Scary too. So let's get this going. Let me add to the stage. Okay, I may have to push. Okay, here we go. Here we go.
Tonight in East Tennessee, hundreds of families are missing their loved ones. We are launching a new series, The Vanished, to draw attention to those missing people. 10 News reporter Caitlin Keenahan spoke with so many family members, and it's hard to imagine their pain.
Dennis Martin, Mike Herron, Summer Wells, Trenny Gibson, and Charles Tolliver are among the most well-known missing persons cases in East Tennessee. But these 5 barely scratch the surface. There are hundreds more, and that's what this series is about. We're going to try to find the vanished. In the state of the Smokies, more than 600 families gripped by what the Federal Bureau of Investigation calls the nation's silent mass disaster.
There's a lot of missing persons in all of Tennessee and even East Tennessee.
Nobody navigates the missing persons scope quite like Todd Matthews. He served as the former director of the National Missing Persons Database, also called NamUs.
I helped develop that project, and I still work very deeply with missing and unidentified persons in Tennessee and beyond.
The database carries information for more than 22,000 missing people across the United States, including those close to home. There are 161 missing people in East Tennessee, according to NamUs, and this map shows the spread of those folks. Many of those cases are congregated in Knox County, likely because it's the most populated on this side of the state. Nearly 1/3 of the missing people in Tennessee are younger than 18. 55% are men, 45% are women. But behind each of these pins is a person with family and friends who don't have answers.
So in my experience, missing can be worse than dead.
That's the case for the Herons.
It's a lot.
14 years ago, their dad, Mike, vanished. Nobody knows why. Nobody.
It was the first year. It was really rough. The first year or two, even just some depression, your mind's just going over so many different things, and you have so many questions that you just want answered.
It's the same trauma for Byron Edwards' family. His baby girl, Blessing, is growing up without a dad.
Most importantly of all, Blessing needs her father. You know, going through this rough time of healing, it can bring her so much comfort and peace to be held in her father's arms. Every child should know their father.
Those stories stick with you. Just ask Todd Matthews.
You live through some of this with some of the families. It hurts. You hurt when they hurt. You cry when they cry. You really do. And it's just not possible to separate yourself. I mean, what kind of human would you be if you could just say, it's just work?
Every day, moms, dads, sisters, brothers are left wondering.
As humans, we can accept death. We can. But to not have a body at all is almost impossible for a family to reconcile and actually move forward. So that's really horrible.
If you are missing a loved one, we want to help you get the word out. We want to help you get them into the National Missing and Unidentified Persons System. You can text us at 865-637-1010 or visit our website, WBIR.com, for a full list of East Tennessee's missing people.
Okay. You see that, guys? So many families with missing children, missing family members, and no answers. And that's only in Tennessee, what I've covered. There has to be something done. What is going on that they cannot find these people? What is going on? Hello, Mama. Come on in. Suzanne, hello. Come on in. Join us, please. Glad to have you guys here. You know, I did a live not long ago that there's a major hub of, you know, trafficking, evidently, in my opinion, allegedly, through Nashville. That it's like a major hub that runs from Nashville, Atlanta. Hey, show poodles. Come on in. I'm getting a few people in here today. Come on in. Really runs through Tennessee, Atlanta. Not sure where else, but you know, it's horrible. Okay, we're gonna play the video on Sebastian. We all know Sebastian Rogers went missing from Hendersonville, Tennessee, February 26, 2025, and we know there's so many stories on this case. But I do want to play Sebastian, and then we're going to get into the video on Summer Wells. I think it's very informative for us. I just wanted to bring out the missing children that are on the platforms right now as we speak. Let me play this about Sebastian, and then we'll move on to Summer also. I like trying to give each child their own time on this channel. This was the year anniversary that Sebastian went missing. Okay. So let's make sure I've got this pulled up. It's weird how you have to add it to stage and all that, but we're going to play this and then we're going to go into Summer Wells also.
It's 1 year since Sebastian Rogers vanished
To
from Hendersonville,
WKRN,
triggering a multi-agency
News 2
statewide
ABC.
search with hundreds of boots on the ground.
But 365 days later, Sebastian's family and the community of Sumner County, they still don't have answers. News 2's Caitlin Quisenberry has been on this story since the very beginning. She spoke with investigators today about where this case stands.
Everyone is out searching for Sebastian.
An active Amber Alert now in effect.
Day 3 is underway. The tone has been centered around prayer.
You know, a lot of us were like, we're going to find this kid.
1 year ago tonight, then 15-year-old Sebastian Rogers was seen for the last time in his home in Hendersonville. He is autistic and was last seen wearing a black sweatshirt, sweatpants, and glasses. His mother reported him missing the next morning, launching a full-scale search with local state agencies, the FBI, and even Secret Service.
I was out there from the time that I left here, my home in Clarksville, I would drive down there and I'd stay there until 10, 11 o'clock at night.
Hours turned into days and nights. That's when the community was really becoming a little bit more nervous.
After 8 days, still no sign of Sebastian.
Authorities are confident they have exhausted every single resource.
Then the case turned into an investigation.
We have no leads, no details to indicate that Sebastian is not alive.
They should have been investigating from day one.
There was just something about it that I was like, we're going to, especially when they didn't find him, like after those 2 or 3 days, I definitely was like, this is something we need to, keep track of and keep on our radar.
The case quickly gained national attention while Sebastian's father, Seth, continued looking.
The only thing that you can do as a parent is just to keep faith, and keep people out there actively looking.
By September, celebrity bounty hunter dog Dwayne Chapman joined the search as the reward ballooned to more than $300,000. 365 days later, holidays have come and gone, and Sebastian's 16th birthday passed without a birthday wish.
Be thankful you know where your children are, because I don't know where mine is.
The Sumner County Sheriff's Office continues to ask the public for pictures and tips. So far, no further updates have been provided, but many in the community still hope to one day bring Sebastian home.
We have to treat it like it happened yesterday and continue to push and continue to, and don't stop until we get the answers.
I have to have faith that my son's alive, and I have to have faith that I'm going to find him.
As the community continues to search for Sebastian, you're asked to call the Sumner County Sheriff's Office, the TBI, Chapman's tip line, or your local FBI office if you have any information on his whereabouts. Those numbers are listed on our website at WKRN.com.
So there was a rundown of Sebastian. Yes, I say call FBI. Call FBI or 911 if you spot Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers anywhere in the United States or anywhere that you are. Yell out Sebastian. Go up to him. Talk to him. Say, are you Sebastian Wayne Drake Rogers? Call 911 if you spot him right away. And the marshals, bring in FBI and the marshals. I believe, in my opinion, Suzanne, that's the only way we're going to get anywhere, in my opinion, with Sebastian's case. Right there. Bypass double bubble. Okay, let's continue on to Summer Moon Utah Wells case. Okay, this is Grace. If you could give credit to, I think it's called, and this is a wild name, but it's called, let me look it up. Killer. I think it's called Killer. Let me see if I can pull it up and push pause. Yeah, we're going to start it over. Okay, it's called Killer Looks. Is what it's called, Grace, if you could pull that up. This is called It's All Starting to Connect in the Summer Wells case. From what I've heard, allegedly, FBI is checking into another area and looking for her again. From my understanding, allegedly. Let's do this. Grace, if you could give credit to them. If not, I can type. But you guys listen to this, and we may not get to play all of it. I'm going to do probably about 15 minutes and then shut it off, and then we'll listen to more on another live.
Had something to do with Summer going missing.
Damn, Killer. It's so good.
On the afternoon of June 15, 2021, at approximately 3:09 p.m., video of Summer Wells leaning on a couple of jugs of milk was taken roughly 8 minutes from home. This would be the last confirmed visual of her. There have been many accounts of what happened in the next 3 hours, but this is what we know almost for sure. By 3:30 to 3:45, Candace, who is Summer's mother, Grandis, who is Candace's mother, and Summer are believed to have returned to the Wells property. Around this same time, Fred Hill, a neighbour living farther down Ben Hill Road, claims to have left the holler. His friend, Chad Arnold, was at his residence during this time. Chad reportedly saw Candace walking down Fred's driveway searching for Summer at approximately 4:30 p.m. Around the same time, between 4:30 and 4:42 p.m., neighbour Jody Sue Brown reports hearing a scream that became muffled, something her children also allegedly heard. Jody Sue lived across the street from the wells on Ben Hill Road. Candace, when questioned, claimed she did not hear any scream because she was inside the house looking for Summer, with the TV turned up loud. In this same window of time, Candace is also reported to have told a woman named Marlena Crawford that Summer had been missing for about 20 minutes. Over an hour later, 6:09 p.m., Jody heads down her driveway and hears Candace and the boys calling out for Summer. At approximately 6:26 p.m., the 911 call is logged. Don, who claimed to be at work 40 minutes away in Jonesboro, begins heading home. He and Andy, according to their accounts, reportedly arrive at the Wells residence just before 7 p.m., around the time first responders begin to arrive. Despite the volume of information surrounding that 3-hour window between 3:30 and 6:30 p.m., the exact circumstances of Summer's disappearance remain unresolved. Zooming in on this small window on June 15, 2021 is crucial because it cuts through the chaos of the holler, a place where daily life is filled with noise, overlapping stories, and a revolving door of people. That 3-hour span holds the only verifiable sequence of movements, sounds, and witness claims directly tied to the moment Summer Wells vanished. In this small window of time that day, according to each account, Fred left the holler, Andy and Don were at work, Jody was at home with her kids, Grandus was napping, Summer's brothers were in the house watching TV, and the most direct reported sighting place is Candace at Fred Hill's driveway searching for Summer, and she sees a man. Chad Arnold. This man is rumoured to have seen Candace coming down Fred's driveway searching for Summer, but Chad has never confirmed this himself. You see, in the shadows of Beach Creek, few figures are whispered about quite like Chad Arnold. A close friend of Fred Hill, Chad's connection to the holler runs deep and dark. His own brother, Jason Arnold, Fred's best friend, died under mysterious circumstances. A year after his body was found, his skull surfaced in his own yard, unsettling even the most hardened locals.
Jason Arnold is Chad Arnold's brother. Chad Arnold is the man that was seen on Ben Hill Road that day. Jason Arnold held them and shot up their house and held them at gunpoint, trying to collect money that Alan Ajon owed him. So the kidnapping case, actually the person who was charged with it was Jason Arnold. So that's real interesting, though, that you say that. You have George Simpson and Ajon connection there.
Uncle Ajon had his own excavating business and had a few hands working for him who were complaining of not being paid for 3 days' work. Uncle Ajon was confronted by his employees about not getting paid. Uncle Ajon gave him an $8 drugs and said this should cover it. Weeks later, he went to collect the money for the drug debt, and the following happened. Now, they also wore bullet-resistant vests, and they carried two-way radios and a pair of binoculars. Found themselves unwittingly entangled in Uncle Ajon's criminal enterprise. These were the employees who complained Uncle Ajon never paid them, and Uncle Ajon paid them in drugs. After a night of drinking at the Hog Wild Saloon, they returned to White's motel room. Only to encounter Uncle Ajon, George Simpson, and John Bowers. Dressed in black and orange, Uncle Ajon demanded payment for a drug debt, setting up a terrifying ordeal for the victims. Under Uncle Ajon's orders, Simpson pulled a handgun, effectively trapping McDavid. Uncle Ajon, growing increasingly agitated, directed George Simpson and John Bowers to end them, brandishing a firearm and issuing killing threats. When their attempts to extort money failed, Uncle Ajon and associates fled Virginia with the victims in tow. In Virginia, the victims managed to escape their kidnappers during a moment of chaos, fleeing for their lives. They sought refuge at the home of local, who, sensing their distress, promptly called the police. The subsequent investigation uncovered a cache of weapons, incriminating evidence at George Simpson's residence, further solidifying the case against Uncle Ajon and his boys. Uncle Ajon's fate seemed sealed. His convictions on multiple counts, including drug distribution and kidnapping, carried hefty sentences, ensuring that justice would be served for his victims and the community at large. George Simpson would go on to escape custody from the Sullivan County Jail and fled to Virginia. He was later found by the U.S. Marshals hiding in a hayloft of a barn. Three victims would later conveniently testify that nothing happened. They didn't know anything about a kidnapping and was just all a big misunderstanding. Taking the heat off of Uncle Ajon, Simpson, and Bowers, they would all go on to be released from jail. Now, how likely is it that Dudley only knew one person on Ben Hill? What about what happened with him and Don? When Dudley was fired and claimed Don did not pay him for 3 days of work, did Dudley tell his uncle, who was used to dealing with this sort of situation?
It's very interesting that the Dudley Ajon thing comes back around again. You know, it's like you think he's just the coworker that Don fired, and then all of a sudden you realize he was completely pulled into this with all these other people now that are with the Chad Arnold side of things.
Now, Dudley, I think, was in a different group of people. Where was he arrested? He was arrested in Kingsport. Well, yeah, Ricky was arrested in Kingsport too.
Dudley, how you know Ricky Jr. and that squad? That man that was found the day afterwards. I want to call him a Cajun name because I know a Ricky Jr. I have to help me.
Ricky Robin. Ricky Robin.
Marlena and Ricky.
Oh, Marlena.
Ricky Crawford Jr. The rent house.
Yeah.
Couple. What I'm thinking Green Eyes calls the trap house, which is not Ben Hill. Dudley, you go to that house? You know Ricky, you know? You and Don know Ricky, you know? Like,
I don't know anything about him.
I know Rick Crawford.
Well, I didn't hang out with Don either.
I know Ricky Crawford.
Ricky Crawford.
You don't know nothing about him. The house, because all got picked up recently at the same time.
Yes,
maybe not for the same reason or whatever.
Meth charges.
Isolated to get you, Dudley, and Ricky, and everybody else he brought in.
Rick Crawford died.
No, Junior.
Junior. Ricky Crawford's in jail.
Now he got arrested the same day as Dudley.
Right. Well, except for he had a bunch of guns. They got busted with a bunch of guns. I assume stolen.
Drugs and ATF.
Right.
Are we talking about your mother-in-law's boyfriend? Or
me?
I'm confused. Who's Ricky? Yeah, who's Ricky?
Ricky Crawford.
Who's that?
He lived down on Beach Creek.
Oh, okay. Was that the person that was up on the hill that supposedly heard something?
Dudley's dad lived right next to Alan.
Yeah,
right?
They lived next door to each other. Yep. They
in
lived
Churchville.
right.
So this is really good
on
information
Goshen Valley.
that you come out with.
Mm-hmm.
I got cleared by TBI, FBI, Hawkins County. They had me on camera. They had my whereabouts on everywhere I went. When I got a phone call at 1:30 in the morning from my dad, and he's asking me, am I in some kind of trouble? And I'm like, what are you talking about? He said, the state police are at my house. They're looking in my house. He said, they're looking for you. He said, Don Wells sent them here. And I said, damn, he just fired me. Yes, I said, this motherfucker's trying to get out of paying me, Dad. And they never told my dad why they were there. They didn't tell him that they were looking for Summer. They just said Don Wells sent them there. Don Wells knew where I lived at. He didn't have to send them to my dad's house. Okay, I'm a junior. My dad's a senior. He lives in Churchill, Tennessee, which is 20 minutes from Don. And I'm in Virginia, and he knows where I live. So he sent them to my dad's house deliberately. And my dad didn't know that Summer was missing. He just knew, he thought that I was in trouble for something. And I told him Don was trying to get out of me of my money. Well, the next morning, my dad gave me his detective's number to call, and that's when I found out about Summer. And my jaw hit the floor. I was like, this son bitch trying to set me up.
Arnold's really well. You know Jason and Chad, you've known him for 20 years. Can you tell us what you know then about when Jason Arnold went up and shot up Alan Ajon's property in Churchill on Goshen Road? Did you hear of that?
Hey,
Yeah, I heard about it.
There's RJ in the back. I don't know if it's a RJ that's always in the chat. Is it your camera's on? Is that okay?
So then so you're aware then Jason Arnold worked for Dudley Ajon's dad and uncle. Because see, everyone says there's no connection between Dudley Ajon and that family and the Arnolds, but there's a connection, right?
I couldn't say. I just know of the incident, but I don't know what it was over.
Okay.
I think it was over Jason's son. I'm not sure.
Well, the newspaper said that it was because Jason Arnold went up there to collect his paycheck. Travis Manis ends up at the house with Jason and Chad Arnold when they were young teenagers growing up. He grew up with them. And what makes this interesting is who Travis Manis is. Travis Manis is the father of Heather Lawson's kids, and that's Cindy Simpson's daughter,
Which is Roy Simpson's wife.
This is easy pickings. In other words, yeah, you can come here from out of some big city or whatever, high crime rate, but you can come out here and pick up kids. I seen a little girl the other day, about 2 months ago. She's about 5 years old, just standing on the street. I drove by her. I was just shaking my head like, what the freak, you know? And it was just driving me crazy. So when I come back out of the dead end, she's still standing there. I'm like, oh, hell no. So I pull in the driveway. I asked that little girl, I said, where is your parents? She says, Papa's in the house, blah, 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 whatever. So I go and I knock on the door, and he's like, what the fuck? I don't know what he's saying. I knock on the door again, and I just hear some mumbling. So I just opened the door, and I said, you know, this little girl's out here on the freaking road, standing out here, 5-year-old little girl. He's like, whoa, whoa, whoa. I couldn't understand what he's saying. I'm like, man, whatever. And I slammed the door, and I went and got in my truck. I waved at the little girl. I said, see you later, you know. I got my truck and I left. So the next thing I freaking hear is this fucking little girl's mother fucking gets on fucking YouTube or Facebook or whatever, says I tried to coerce that little girl into my truck. That's the thanks I get for trying to make sure that little girl was safe. The fucking little girl's fucking bitch mother fucking spread the word that I was trying to coerce that little girl into my truck or some bullshit.
And see, what a coincidence is, where Cotton lives right here, where Cotton's feet was found right there, where his body was found right here. Right here's right under there's where on this next road, the house that's right under this bank, that Don tried to pick up that little girl. See what I'm trying to say? It's all right here in one little circle. See, when we go right here, get stopped, right here, this little road was there, and I should have got where Don tried to pick up that little girl, and the little in that curve is straight above that house. And they're all Simpsons. See, this is where Pete and them lived when someone went missing as well.
Where?
Up this road. Pete Clark and them lived up this road. Pete and Brandon and all those.
Yeah, we need to look at your phone. Seeing if Jamie will get a hold of you too.
They lived on Blackberry Lane off of this. When Summer went missing, not on my part.
So.
See, everything connected right here. Everything's with Pete and Clark and all them. Pete and Clark would run around with Betty Joe with this together, you see.
Uh-huh.
But see, right here's where Mom tried to pick up that little girl at Boston. See, in this driveway right here. Right there. And see, we was just right up on top of the hill right there. And see, Cotton was found down this hall right here.
It starts with Jason Arnold, and then Mindy Arnold, and then Peggy Hunley, and then it ends up with Brenda Simpson, and then Martha Simpson, the mom, and then it ends up with Roy Simpson, and then it ends up with Crawford's.
Really?
It keeps this van. It moves through all of them, and I'm kind of
So
thinking
they're all definitely know each other then.
they
if
all
they're
know each
sharing
other. When Ricky Crawford and Celesta and all of them got arrested,
Yeah.
how the person that was arrested with them was Jimmy Wallen Jr. And the Jimmy Wallen Jr. is the son of James Wallen, who's the brother of Randy Wallen, Brenda Wallen's husband, the ones that live next door to Roy Simpson. Brenda Wallen is the house right next door to Roy's on Mountain View.
Wow. So that brings Crawford's. Yeah. That brings the Crawfords, and
yeah,
and let's see. That brings them. That brings us all together. Like,
yeah, it brings it all back together again. Well, the craziest thing. So I started pulling up asset records. So that Jimmy Wallen, who was arrested with Ricky Crawford and Celesta Crawford in that meth bust.
Yeah.
When his dad passed away, and when his dad passed away, he received a Nissan Xterra and a Toyota truck that belonged to his dad. So, people who said there's like no connection to Roy Simpson, there's a lot of connection to Roy Simpson on every end, on with the Crawfords, with the Wallens, the arrest that was just made in that meth bus.
Everybody's a suspect.
Fred Hill was arrested yesterday. So custody status date as of June 13th, 4 p.m. Eastern. So he was booked in at 4:41 p.m. Eastern, Hawkins County Jail. That's his mugshot.
Today marks 2 years since a little girl in Tennessee vanished from her rural home. Her name is Summer Wells. Sheriff declined an interview in the case. He did email us, though, saying he expects an update on the case in the near future.
He expects an update on the case in the near future.
hey.
Hey,
Okay, cool.
they had me on suicide watch because of what I was telling you the other night.
Yeah, what happened?
They took and choked me out in a cell. They was trying to make some dope, get, I don't know, something that had moved out of the cell or something other, and about done me in.
It was over. They were trying to get what? To do some dope.
Well, they were just taking and trying to move some stuff.
Oh, dang.
So yeah.
Dang, what is that?
That's where they brought me back.
Wow, you actually died?
Yeah.
You lost consciousness?
Yes.
And your arrest has
It
nothing
ain't got,
nothing to do with Summer, does it?
no. My case ain't got nothing to do with something.
But it was just weird timing, you know, because it was like.
Well, see, they got to come up when they start an investigation like that. In 2 years, they've got to close it and reopen. And where they closed her case, they reopened it again. It opened my case.
Oh, the Summer Wells case? It was closed and reopened. Is that what you're saying?
I said where they 2 years was up on Summer, they had to close it and reopen it.
Oh.
To get a new start. It started back new again.
Do they do that every 2 years or something?
Well, where they dropped hers, and it made mine pop up. That's why they grabbed mine right off the shelf real quick. That's why mine come into play. But it ain't got nothing to do with the Summer Wells.
Right, I didn't think so. They did? Again? They gave you a lie detector test?
I think they may have found her.
You think they may have found her?
Because he wouldn't straight up answer me. When I asked him if she was in the cave.
In the cave? You think, is that where you were thinking she was?
Yes.
Oh, I thought you were saying she was off like a cliff.
She is underwater.
So you think that they may have found her, really?
Because they wouldn't answer.
They would
just say that they found the cave.
They found the cave?
Yeah.
So, okay, once again.
When I asked them,
Yeah?
they found the cave.
So when you asked if they found Summer, they wouldn't answer you?
No.
They avoided the question?
Yes, so it makes that they did. They're wanting to give me.
Oh, are you going to take it?
Not yet.
Are you going to?
Yes, I don't mind.
You said yes? Okay, awesome. So, okay, when did you find, when?
That's what makes me think of him.
That's what makes you think they found her?
Yes. Clear me from it.
Oh, to clear you? Wow. So can you tell me, when did you find out, or have you known this information for a long time and just kept it to yourself?
Well, no, I'm not.
Huh?
I've not known him that long.
You haven't known it that long?
No.
Okay.
Man, just got out of jail not.
He just got out of jail?
Yeah, and he took something. And told me
Before he passed away?
Well, they found him dead in the cave.
So you've known since at least February then, right?
Yeah.
And real quick before we get cut off, what's going on? Anything you need me to telling anybody?
I just think hopefully the time to go
lawyer to send some money to you so you can move it to them accounts. They got all my stuff locked down, said I was under investigation over 2 murders.
What?
Bullshit.
You're under investigation under 2 murders?
That's what they're trying to say.
What the fuck?
I don't know what they're even talking about.
Brandon, the guy that's on the motorcycle that was in JLR's video, is Chad Arnold's stepson.
Brandon Clark. Before I seen the message, he later on texted me back and said, "Sorry, it was wrong one. It wasn't who I thought it was." And he's like, "Sorry, didn't mean to scare you, but."
Right. And who is Brandon?
He is it's Pete Clark's son. Nobody important.
Does he come up on Ben Hill Road?
Actually, that's one that was bumped into the TBI crosshairs with Pete Clark.
Okay, guys, I'm going to end it right there. Sorry. But I'm going to have to end it right there, and we will finish up on the same thing with Summer, on the same video the next time I come on. It may be late tonight, maybe around 10:30, 11 o'clock. I may try to come back on with Summer Wells. But you guys keep Sebastian Wendrick Rogers' name out there. Keep Summer Moon Utah Wells' name out there, please. These kids deserve to be found. They deserve justice. Thank you so much for coming in, watching. Thank you, Susan, for sending me that email. I will check it. I appreciate each and every one of you. And if you would continue to come back and watch my videos, if you're interested, I try to make them interesting. I try to bring receipts. Thank you so much. I appreciate you all, and God bless you.